Hello students, I am Dr. Tanmay Vishwash. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry of Molecules. I hope you all are fine. So today we are going to discuss a multiple choice question. Such kind of question could be useful for any college or university related exam on chemistry like B.Sc, B.Sc, M.Sc, or competitive exams like CSIR-NET, IIT-JAM, etc. Not only that, it could be useful for exams like IIT-JEE Advanced or NEET, etc. That's why this question I made. So I request you, as usual, that please pause the video and try by yourself and find out the right answer and mention in the comment box whatever your answer. Don't hesitate whether your answer will be right or wrong. And most importantly, I believe you need to understand your standard. Please don't mind my word, but remember, self-evaluation is essential for improvement. So that's why please write your answer in the comment box, and don't worry, after some time I shall give you the answer. So as I request you, please pause the video and try by yourself. I believe you have paused the video and tried by yourself, so it's my turn to give you the right answer. Now, question is, what is the structure of the major product? By the way, before going to details, I shall request you, if possible, please support me through Patreon and do subscribe this channel. Now, not only the first question, there is an additional question I have given. Instead of m-CPBA in DCM, if you use the sodium hydroxide, hydrogen peroxide, what will be the product? Will it be same, different, or like that? Okay. So two questions we will discuss. So from this you can understand a lot of chemistry you are going to learn in this lecture, and I believe such kind of learning is very useful for your knowledge. Now, so question, as usual, I first suggest you students, when you try to solve any MCQ, try to understand few points. First point, what is the nature of the molecule, means what kind of reactive centers are present in this molecule, point number one, and what is the nature of the reagent. Okay, so if you look at this reagent is actually a epoxidation reagent, means this m-CPBA actually looks like this. This is meta-Chloroperoxybenzoic acid. Why it is parabenzoic acid? Because it has a peroxy linkage and these oxygens are -1. You know the stable oxidation state of oxygen is -2. So what happened? It acts as an oxidizing agent and itself gets reduced into carboxylic acid with an oxidation state of -2. So it will oxidize someone, and see there is one oxygen missing, and what happens to the oxygen? This oxygen participates in epoxidation reaction. So this produces a epoxide. Now epoxide is a 3-member ring, and from double bond alkene is converted into epoxide. So in this case you can look at that 3 types of double bonds are there. Now question is, what the reaction will occur. See, remember about this reagent, one important term, that is electrophilic epoxidation. And by the way, I have uploaded a dedicated lecture on this electrophilic epoxidation using m-CPBA. And not only that, there is another term, that is nucleophilic epoxidation. I shall come at the end. Nucleophilic epoxidation. I have also made a dedicated lecture on this. So you can go to the corresponding lecture and learn if you are interested. Now question is, in this case it will be electrophilic epoxidation as we told. So if it is electrophilic epoxidation, where the reaction will occur? Electrophilic epoxidation means actually the alkene or double bond will act as a nucleophile. Okay. So if it is a double bond act as a nucleophile, then which double bond will act as a nucleophile? Obviously the most electron rich double bond. So most electron rich CC double bond will react. Now a question, which double bond is the most electron rich? By the way, initially we will say that, sir, this is alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, and because of resonance this double bond is in conjugation, and this means the electron density on this double bond is relatively less. So this is out of count, it will not undergo. Obviously you are right. So just eliminate one option, and this strategy is called process of elimination. If you do it, it will make your life easier. Because why do I say, then this option is gone. Simple. No reaction, there is another issue, will come slowly. So now, question, there are 2 types of double bond. One is fluorine containing, another is simple. So you can consider double bond 1, this is double bond 2. Now question, who is more electron rich? See, just remember one thing. This is OMe, or you can consider this is NMe2. Okay, so and this is simple alkene. Who is more electron rich? Obviously, we say that this is obviously there is a confusion, but it also reacts very faster compared to double bond when you are discussing about this nucleophilic reaction. But in this context, you can say another thing, that sir, what about this? Logically, you can say that fluorine has lone pair, which could be given, means you can say that sir, this could be one of the structure. This F having a plus minus. Okay, and based on this structure, you can consider that this carbon, this double bond is electron rich. But do you think this is stable? Do you think? But because most electronegative atom, fluorine, is carrying a positive charge. Unbelievable. And remember this statement, halogens are ortho and para directing but deactivating. What do I mean? But deactivating towards AES or electron as a nucleophile. Okay, because AES means aromatic, so if you simply consider it as double bond, that thing you can say as nucleophile. Now question. So from this thing, what do you understand? That fluorine's minus I is dominates over its plus R. So this double bond actually, compared to a simple double bond like this, it is less electron rich. So the less electron rich. So question, which one is left? This is resonance, very electron deficient, alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl. And by the way, I have already discussed about the addition reaction on alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, where this phenomena I have explained in details with resonance structure. Please visit if you want to learn that. Fine, it is gone. Second, that this is, so from this study, what you understand, that this is the most electron rich center to be reacted. So what will happen? It will only react. So this is, and don't confuse about stereochemistry, because did I mention stereochemistry? You should also check the options. If option didn't ask you the complicated thing, why should you make your life difficult? Okay, so don't consider, because see, nowhere I have mentioned this epoxide is above or below like that. But remember, this is actually two centers are chiral. Okay, now fine. We have understood that epoxidation will occur. Now a simple question comes, sir, will it stop here at this stage? Obviously yes, because I have mentioned m-CPBA in DCM. DCM as a solvent and m-CPBA I have mentioned this, means this is actually one equivalent. If it is excess, then I would have been mentioning it here. Okay, so the answer of the problem is B. So this is the answer. Now, as I told, another thing I'll say, instead of this reaction, if hydrogen peroxide and sodium hydroxide is used, then what is that reagent? Okay, remember, hydrogen peroxide and sodium hydroxide, what they do? So sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen peroxide. Remember, sodium hydroxide is a stronger base and hydrogen peroxide is a better nucleophile, means it will produce a better nucleophile, that is hydroperoxide anion. What do I mean? OOH, this minus sodium plus H2, and better to say, you can consider this an equilibration. Okay, now question is, see, this is a stronger base and this is a stronger nucleophile. Why nucleophile? Because this two lone pair have a repulsion. Okay, this is minus means 3 lone pair, that's why this is called alpha effect, and that's why this acts as a nucleophile, and this beta center is electrophilic center, so this attacks at the beta center and ultimately result epoxidation at this, means in this case the product will be this. If the reagent is sodium hydroxide and alkali, okay, sorry, sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide, and this is called nucleophilic epoxidation, as I told in the beginning, and I have already uploaded a dedicated lecture on this topic. Please visit if you want to learn. Fine. So this is the overall discussion. Now, if this question appears in your exam less than 30 seconds, how can you solve it? First of all, you need to understand the reagent m-CPBA, electrophilic epoxidizing reagent. if where it will epoxidation will occur, the electron reaches the double bond. Since more than one double bond is given, which one? Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl deficient in conjugation gone. Competition is 1 versus 2. There is a fluorine have a minus I greater than plus R, so less, so reaction will occur this. So less than 10 seconds you can end up where this in between. Okay, B means this is the answer. So you don't need to even think about the other option also. Okay, so this is the easiest technique. Sometimes student remember means memorization is needed, sometimes logic is needed, and if you are smart enough to balance this memorization versus logic, that is the best thing for you. Okay, so this is the end of this discussion. I believe this video may be useful for you. Please write your opinion on the comment box, and please do like the video because it motivates a lot for me. And if you think this video is worthy, then share it with your friends because they can also enjoy such kind of lecture free of cost. So thank you again.